Congress just passed the second stimulus bill about 30 minutes ago, so I decided to rush into my YouTube studio, film this quick video, and give you guys all of the details that you will want to know. So Congress has finally reached a deal for a $900 billion economic relief package. That will include a second stimulus check for most Americans. Now, the bad news for most people is you will be getting less money than you did the first go around, but you should be getting it a lot sooner. The Senate leaders have sealed a deal on a new COVID bill, and that includes $300 per week in extra unemployment benefits for the next 10 weeks. Now, that is actually half of the dollar amount of the CARES Act that was passed back in March. And in addition to that being $600 per week, it lasted a lot longer at 16 weeks. This is only $300 and is only lasting for 10 weeks. This package also includes a $600 stimulus check for Americans with a taxable income of under $75,000 if you're single, or $150,000 if you're married. So basically, think of it as $600 per adult or $1,200 per couple. But children will also qualify for this stimulus benefit. So a family of 4 could potentially be getting $2,400. As of right now, at the time I'm recording this video, the Senate literally just agreed on this. They just struck a deal like an hour ago. So as of right now, it is not clear if a dependent that is over the age of 17 would qualify for a stimulus check. Now, what's important to know is that a second round of stimulus checks in the amount of $1,200 was actually approved. That was called the HEROES Act, and it was proposed back in May. But legislation stalled for months, and this new package cuts those benefits in half. So the question is, how much will you guys be getting? In a nutshell, every US adult and child will be getting $600, and about 80% of Americans are expected to receive that full amount. But similar to the CARES Act, the benefits here get smaller and smaller as your income increases. So payments phase out at a rate of $5 per every $100 extra that you make. To make things easy, if you received $1,200 last time, you're probably going to receive $600 this time. It will be different though for families with children. Last time, a married couple with 2 children that satisfied the income requirements received about $3,400, and this time they're going to receive about $2,400, so about $1,000 less than they received before. Now, the amount of money that you receive will be based on your most recent tax return. What is important to know here is although this has been agreed upon, it hasn't actually passed. So at the time I'm recording this, which is Sunday evening, December 20th, this is expected to be signed into law by Monday. If this is signed by Monday, December 21st, checks could be going out as early as a week later, and if you have direct deposit, you will be among the first to get paid. Now, there will also be $284 billion set aside for struggling small businesses. This is going to be coming in very handy because, as you guys know, a lot of restaurants and bars have been forced to close down through no fault of their own, and they're losing tons of revenue. Now, for these small businesses, what it sounds like, if they use any of that money that they get for PPE, so like masks and barriers and hand sanitizer and stations where you can wipe down to make sure you're clean and disinfecting, it sounds like anything they use for that protection will be completely forgiven. And again, this hasn't been signed into law yet, but that's what they're talking about. There will also be about $25 billion in rental assistance. So folks who've been laid off or furloughed who are struggling to pay their rent, there will be $25 billion set aside for these people in order to get funding so they can pay their rent on time. The thing that everybody needs to know is that if people are choosing to defer their rent, or they're not paying it, or they're going into forbearance on their mortgage, the money that you owe doesn't just disappear. Rent isn't forgiven and your mortgage isn't forgiven. If you haven't been paying the last 4 or 5 months, all of that will be coming due, and it will come due at one big lump sum. For the people who are unable to pay that big lump sum, they're either going to get foreclosed on, they're going to get evicted, or they're going to be sued and have their wages garnished. So this is huge. I implore anyone who's currently on mortgage forbearance, if you can get out of it now and start paying that back. And hopefully this $25 billion that's set aside for rental assistance and mortgage assistance, hopefully that will be a big help to struggling Americans. But that's pretty much it for this video, you guys. That is the latest update on the second stimulus bill, which they're not even really calling a stimulus bill. They're calling it like a coronavirus economic relief fund or something like that. But that is it. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.